Well, I drove to North Dakota today from South Dakota. Probably about 5 hours total driving from Rapid City to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So that's where I am right now. Plan is to explore as much of the park today, at least the south part of it. That log cabin was his original cabin here in the Badlands. I think he had 2 different properties in North Dakota, 2 different ranches. And that was his main cabin that he stayed at between his 2 properties here. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna check and see if the campground is open. There's some walk-in sites, so I need to see if those are open right now because it's about 4:30. I do really like these Badlands areas, and it's really cool that Theodore Roosevelt did as well. It's really awesome to read about how much Theodore Roosevelt did for the National Park Service and establishing the National Forest Service and allocating so much money to environmentalism and nature and things like that. It almost seems like the further north you go, the more trees there are. You know, again, seeing all this vegetation within a Badlands area is really cool. Alright, well, this is pretty cool. This is apparently the old entrance to the national park. There's a completely different road in this area, and it led to this visitor center and this entrance. Yeah, all that's left of it is this fence and then the stone structure. They have it completely locked off, but it's been a really cool evening here. This is an awesome park, tons of wildlife, so that's a huge plus. Time to get back to the campsite and make some dinner before the daylight goes out. Alright, good morning. Pretty eventful night last night. Some other guy showed up to my campsite and he claimed that it was his. And it was like 10:45 and he's knocking on my truck saying like, "What the hell, dude? This is my spot. First come, first serve. I got it. My chair was there." I'm like, "Dude, I came at like 4 and I reserved it and I paid for it. And I met the camp host and I put my tag on the little sign." I don't know. Pretty stressful, but I wasn't gonna move and it's my spot. So like the host told the guy to go to a different one. So this is the third section of this park, the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, north, south, and this is the Elkhorn Ranch unit. This is where Theodore Roosevelt used to have some sort of cabin or just part of his ranching operations were here. This is like a 30 or 40 miles into back roads. It's definitely off the beaten path a little, and it's less popular. I'm the only one here right now. Really cool to have this area alone. This is where Theodore Roosevelt used to hang out. Between his two areas, it was about a 5-hour, 40-mile long horseback ride. He said he generally roamed this area alone, and sounds amazing, and definitely an inspiration to hear his story. He had ranchmen 10-mile radius around him, basically 10 miles north, 12 south. They would take care of the area and take care of the ranch. They didn't have too much. They usually ate what they killed: elk, sometimes buffalo, deer, I don't know, I'm sure just really whatever. They would cook that up. They would have basic supplies. Other than that, they had bacon, flour, sugar, canned tomatoes. Then he said when some of the ranchmen got wives and brought their wives out, they had more fruits and vegetables that were grown in the local little farm area. So they were able to make jams and jellies and all sorts of canned food like that. It seems like a pretty good life, pretty good home. Very peaceful. This is definitely a very special area, and one of the times when I feel most connected with our country's past and both the natural and historical impact of this area is pretty incredible. Surrounded by cottonwood trees, badlands, tons of animals. It had to be amazing to just basically live off the land here. Truly incredible.